This video follows on from the first one and is really showing you how you can use OneNote from your desktop, which is probably my preferred way of using it. So I'd already set up my staff training OneNote online. I brought it down in the last video and here it is sitting on my desktop, so you can see my message and everything. If I hadn't done that, I would just type OneNote in at the start box and then I'd find the program, I'd be able to open it up. So along the right hand side you have pages here, and along the top you have your sections. So I'm just going to go to the collaboration space and show you me kind of doing a wee bit with it. So I'm going to put in some photos as though we've been on a class trip, and then if I was in class I would ask all the students to put their photos into the same space as well. So you just go up to the top to insert and then pictures, and then you would look through your computer and find where you had your pictures stored. So you can just highlight a whole load of different ones you want to bring in, and then when you click open they'll come in, they'll sit one under each other, but you'll be able to move them if you wanted as well. Now over here in the content library, this is where I would be putting things from my classes. So I'm going to go through and show you a couple of different ways of putting things in. So the first one, I'm pretending it's week 1 of my course, and I just want to show you how to insert a file. So you have two options. The first one is actually just inserting the file like you would do for an email attachment, and I'm going to show you this using a Word file that I used. So I click on the file and then I've got the option and I want to just attach it. So it'll just come in as a usual file here, and I can pick it up and move it about. What's really good in OneNote is you've got a second option where you can actually put it in as a kind of a print screen printout, so it shows an image of each page of that file. So at the top here we've still got my original file that I had, but now all these pages underneath are an image of what one page of my file would be like. So the first page, this is the second, now the third. So that's a really useful tool to be able to use, especially because a lot of students might be looking at this using an iPad or a tablet, or maybe even a laptop that hasn't got all of the Office features on. So we want them to still be able to see our work that we did at college. So now I'm just demonstrating doing the same process but with PowerPoint. So again, same thing, you can attach it as a PowerPoint file, move it about, but you've also got the option to put it in as this print screen. And what it'll do is it'll take a picture of every single slide in the PowerPoint. Now you'll lose the animations, the transitions, but you'll still keep whatever text was written on those slides, and you'll also still keep, if you had written with the smartboard with your own handwriting, that'll be on these slides as well. So that's really useful if you do that in class. What you'll find is on the right hand side we've got all these different pages, and that's because the file size was so big because it had so many photos and effects on it. You can also change the titles there, which was what I did when I right clicked and changed the heading. So last of all, I'm going to show you me just uploading in a PDF. So if you've got maybe a magazine or a leaflet or a book and you've scanned it in at college, it'll be emailed to you as a PDF file, and then same thing, you can attach it as the file, but you can also put it in as the print screen, and it'll show a print screen of each of the pages in the scanned document. So this is all quite quick, running it just off of your desktop, and once you're happy that you've got everything the way you want it, that it's sitting right, then you then go on to synchronise it with the internet later on. So this is really you just putting everything in place. You've got the option to record audio and video. You can also put in kind of cute little symbols. There's the option to click on these kind of more like highlighters and be able to circle and write. If you had a kind of a touch screen, that would be even better. There's also ink to math. So there's all sorts of other features to explore, probably in a later video. Now when you come to this section you see all of the books that you have running, and when you click one of the crosses this synchronizing box comes up. You can either synchronize automatically all the time or manually. I tend to prefer to do it manually because I just sync book by book. So then when you click sync now, it'll synchronize up to that online space where we were in the first video. So now everything I've put into the book, now I'm back online, it should be sitting now up here. So if I go to the collaboration space, my photos that I put in should come in here. Now there's often a bit of a pause depending on your internet connection, so that's something to bear in mind, and also to kind of bear in mind with your students when they're accessing it. In here in the content library you can see the 3 weeks that I had. There was my first file that I had that was a Word file, and then you should see underneath here the Word file still sitting there, but you've got the picture. Students can access this by just doing right click and download a copy. So then that means that they can save the copy, they can go and print it themselves, and you should be able to see each page here is a picture underneath. Same thing with PowerPoint, right click, download a copy, so students are able to download from this site, but they're also just able to click through the pages and see, you know, what you showed in class. Here's the PDF that I put up, and you can also see the green arrow that I drew before as well. So this video just gives you a little idea what's it looking like in the online space. This is where students are going to be working, they're going to be seeing your book. Here's Maureen's space here, so if she was going to upload a file, she would click in the white space and then come up to Insert and File Attachment. She would go through her computer and find the file.